Karelle, thanks for joining us today.
Pleasure.
So Karelle, what's the biggest shift you're seeing in terms of how people are traveling across Europe at the moment?
So demand remains strong. Post-COVID, the revenge travel has sustained and maintained the demand. So there's no doubt about it, there are demands. However, the consumers are far more knowledgeable than they've been ever before. They're far more empowered, they have access to information, and AI is playing a big role into all this. So, of course, they will be prepared to pay the price, but they're expecting the experience associated to it, which puts an immense pressure also to the hotel. And the other part of the equation is that they travel differently in different areas. Southern Europe is booming, Spain, Italy, Portugal, Greece. You have also new destinations popping up in Albania, Romania, Krakow, plenty of new areas that are being discovered.
And I guess Accor, we followed the story over the last few years. You added brands, lots of brands over the years. How are they all catering for these new demands and why so many brands really?
So we have over 45 brands, and what's funny is that if you remember about 10 years ago we were told Accor has too many brands, and actually what you see today is everybody catching up and building new brands. And why new brands? Because every single brand have their own business model, they have their own operating model, they have their own soul. So what we've done over the past years also is rethink the brands to make sure that they're dedicated and cater for demands of consumers as well as for owners. So every single brand will have their own purpose and their own business model. So no, there's no too many brands.
And this year's theme at IHF is Value Reimagined. So how do you think about value when it comes to loyalty?
So loyalty for me is more than just numbers. Although at Accor, our loyalty programs account for over 100 million of loyal members, having said that, is what value does it bring to a guest, and what do they want? They want a loyalty program that bring them easiness, efficiency, that reward instantly and deliver the right experience. For an owner, they're expecting the loyalty program to contribute to the performance of their hotels and optimize their cost of distribution. And for us, it's having the ability to capture the data of our consumers to personalize their experience and to build this long-lasting relationship in between the consumer and the brands. Now I would say for Accor, and the particularity of Accor, and particularly in Europe, is that when we say over 100 million members, 40% of their members are in Europe. And I would say this is the uniqueness about Accor. Our footprint in Europe is such that we have the largest bank and the largest loyalty reach in Europe.
It's fascinating. Obviously we live in uncertain times at the moment, lots going on in the world. What makes you confident that Accor's growth is sustainable across the next few years in Europe?
So the industry has been through so many challenges, crises, whether it was the coronavirus, whether it's a labor shortage, whether it's inflation, energy volatility. The past years have required the hospitality industry to become extremely agile. So we've been forced to work under pressure and to be super agile. So I don't have any doubt about the industry in Europe, particularly when you know that today, last year for instance, 1.5 billion of travelers, half of them came to Europe. Okay, so over half of the worldwide travelers come to Europe. And it's an increase on 2024, and it's an increase on 2019. So Europe is a place to be. So I've got no doubt in the growth and in the innovation that Europe can bring.
It's a nice place to finish. Karelle, thanks very much for your time today.
Thank you. Pleasure.